Welcome to a new podcast where we're breaking through and breaking it down with a new girl. Your host, Dawn Piercy. Welcome to a new podcast. My name is Dawn Piercy. I am your host. Tonight, I am bringing you... Now, you go by Jorge or George?
My name is Jorge, but a lot of people call me George.
Okay.
Easier. I don't care. I don't mind.
Jorge Arceo, or George Arceo, he is a principal dancer in the Tallahassee Ballet, and he has been in such performances such as the Nutcracker, an evening of music and dance in 2014, 2015, and 2016. And he was born in Havana, Cuba, and he began dancing at the age of 9 at the Academy of Cuban dancer Narciso Medina, if I'm not mistaken. Welcome to a new podcast, Jorge, and thank you for being a new guest. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, you completed your study at the Escuela Provincial de Ballet, which is the school of ballet. And can you tell us about that? How did you get started dancing at such a young age? Tell us about it.
Okay, so I never planned to be a dancer. You know, where I'm from the hood that I'm from in Cuba, dancers are seen like weird guys, basically. Like they say like dancers are homosexual, stuff like that. So that's what I had in my head. So I never planned to be a dancer really, but it happened when I was in school, like when I was around 8-9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I was at this party, right? And a lot of the girls they were like dancing in this dance group, and their teacher was at that party, and she saw me dancing, and she approached me and asked me if I was interested in taking like dancing class because she thought I had some talent. And I was like, no, I don't think so. But then she started pointing out on me all the girls that she was teaching, and there are girls that I liked. And I was like, okay, so it means, am I gonna be the only guy there with all those girls? She was like, no, actually, I have this other guy who was a friend of mine. So it's gonna be like 2 of you and these like 30, 40 girls. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. I mean, I just wanted to be close to the girls, really. That's the only reason I started. And from then, I just loved it.
I love it. You're so honest. I tried ballet when I was probably about 6 or 7. I was really horrible. It was not my niche, but I did tap dance and jazz dance for about 7 or 8 years myself. But wow, I have seen some of your jumps, and just wow, absolutely wow. Now, you've done the Nutcracker, and you've been with the Tallahassee Ballet for about 3 years now as a principal dancer.
Yeah, with them like 3, 4. This is gonna be my 4th year. Yeah.
Okay, nice. And do you travel around the United States? Do you stay in one area?
Oh, right now, no, I'm not traveling right now. We
Okay.
just moving the area, basically Florida, Georgia. So no much traveling.
Okay. And for anybody that wants to catch the ballets that you're in, where do they go? How do they find out when the next ones are coming up?
Well, the Tallahassee Ballet right now, like I told you, is more of a local company. So we just like put flyers around or through Facebook or on the website. You can come from it. So.
And is it TallahasseeBallet.com? I think I was looking at it.
TV, but I think it's local. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we love to see you dance. I know that I've seen a lot of pictures, and one of my favorite ballets was the Nutcracker growing up. I used to go and see it. I've been wanting to take my son there, and he's really not into sports. He's 9 years old, and he keeps saying, "Mom, I want to go to the ballet. I want to go to the ballet." And I'm like, "Okay, okay. When it comes through, we'll go. Or when it comes through, we'll go." So now, can you share with us your journey through dance school?
Dance school.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like what do you mean?
La escuela. How was it going to the school for dance?
Okay, so yeah, it started as I told you. Girls basically got me into taking dance class, and I realized that that's what I like to do. I felt good doing it, and then
Mm-hmm.
the next step came, like going for real, and how
Right.
people was gonna take it in my family, being a dancer in my hood. People is gonna look at me like weird or like different. Oh, this dude is a dancer. But I'm a person who, growing up where I grew up, I'm pretty sure of who I am. I know what
Mm-hmm.
I am. I stand for, and everybody knew me, sort of. And before being a dancer, I was a karate kid, like they call it
Really?
karate. Yeah, really.
Nice. Okay, nice.
And I happened to be really good at it. And everybody in my hood knew that because I was a national champion. So they knew I could like beat up some. yeah.
Nice.
So anyway, I started taking dance, and I don't know what they say behind my back, but at least my own experience, nobody ever disrespected me about it.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, they were pretty cool about it. They were pretty amazed that somebody from where I come from will do something like that. It's like different, like
Mm-hmm.
go out there and being a dancer.
Right.
And that's how it all started. So I went to the provincial ballet school. I did the audition. They accepted me. So I did all the 3 years. Then I went to the next level, which was the national ballet school.
Okay.
That was a little harder to get into. In fact, most people thought I was not make it there because my legs are not made for ballet. I'm more of an athlete guy and have like big butt and not like super flexible feet. So everybody thought I was not gonna make it there because that's exactly what they're looking for. People like super skinny and super flexible.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't exactly have those things, but I did have other things. Like I was very artistic, like
Right.
my artistry. Yeah. So that's basically what got me through it. And yeah, it was an amazing experience. The whole 8 years.
Let me ask you a question. What style of martial arts did you study?
It's karate.
Okay.
The style was, if I remember the name correctly, Yoshimon Shonin Ryu.
Okay.
It's from Okinawa in Japan.
I studied Shoreigoju-ryu from Okinawa over
Okay.
20 years before my injuries too. And I've actually had a lot of martial artists on my show. And another one, Alejandro Patino, he's an actor, but he started out in dance too. And doesn't Jean-Claude Van Damme, isn't he a dancer too? I believe that he dances too. Ballet. Matter of fact, I'm finding that a lot of martial artists are really good dancers. That's why you're such a good dancer. You get up there and kick.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty similar if you look at it. All the movement and the, martial
Yeah.
arts and vice versa.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. So that's why the kids didn't make fun of you. They knew that you'd. Yeah. So, how long have you now coming from? You started your dance school, or was it at 19 years old? That was what one did you start at 19? Because you start okay. That's when you joined the Contemporary Dance of Cuba Company.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how was your journey coming over here?
Oh, so when I joined the company, so there we started like traveling a lot, like all over Europe and stuff. And I don't know if you know about the situation in Cuba. Like, we happy people, but economically we're not like like other countries, like we struggle a lot. We don't make that much money. We make like barely $10, $20 a month. And it's really hard to live with that back in Cuba, you know. And
Right.
growing up, seeing my mom struggling to feed like 4 kids, basically by herself, sometimes she would just break down crying because she
Oh,
didn't
man.
have to give us. And you know, I'm there looking at that and thinking that it's nothing I can do about it. Because I
Right.
mean, I was working, I was in a really good company, but I was not making enough money to help her. So I decided that the only way that I could help her was if I ever left the country,
Right.
looking for opportunities where I could actually make some money and help her.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I take the decision. And one day the opportunity came, and we traveled to Mexico
Mm-hmm.
for a show there. And I don't know if you back then, I don't know if you know, there was a adjustment law for Cuban people here in the States,
Mm-hmm.
where we could like get papers really easy, pretty easy. So I was like, it's perfect. I just need to cross the border,
Right.
make it into the States, and you know, make a life for me over there.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm
So
glad you did. I'm glad you did. Absolutely. So, now for our guest, okay, you said that they could. Do you have Twitter, social media? I know that you said that they could go to the TallahasseeBallet.com. But for anybody that wants to keep up or follow you on your social media accounts, where would they follow you?
well, I do have Instagram. I opened it up recently. I'm not a media fan. It's Jorge underscore the artist.
Okay. All right. Nice. Growing up, I know that you said that you got into it for the girls, but once you started getting to where you were like, hey, I like this, do you have a person that was inspirational to you that helped you stay focused on what you were doing, help you get through your trials and tribulations to get where you are now?
Oh, well, I did have my family who supported me from beginning, especially my father, who was the one who took it the harder when I quit karate for dancing, because he was proud of me because I was a national champion. He was like so proud. And then one day I just came and I was like, hey, I want to be a dancer, so I'm gonna quit and I just want to do this and I want to take it seriously and I have to focus just on that. And he took it hard, but then he said, hey, if that's what you want to do, I'm gonna be with you 100%. And he supported me, him, my mother. So yeah, those are basically the people, family mainly, that got me through all of it, you know, through all the pain and disappointment of this career, because it's hard, man. Dancing, especially when it's so much competition back in Cuba. Everybody want to make it as a dancer because it's one of the ways that you can actually leave the country.
Right.
And
Right.
yes, a competition and, you know, a lot of disappointments, but a lot of, you know, happy and great moments too. And they were with me through it all.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to thank you for being a new guest, and thank you so much for coming on a new podcast. I would love to see you just be able to dance everywhere and just go from place to place, because you just, you've got that. You're doing it. That's awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.